Okay, number 36. At this point in the test, I'm tired, I'm exhausted, I don't want to do too much work. The hard part about this problem is just understanding what we're really looking for. We're looking for, let's see here, I'm going to buy canvas. I'm going to buy 11 and 3/4 yards of canvas that cost me $18.36 per yard. I'm supposed to multiply this times this to get how much I'm going to spend. And then I get a discount of 1/10, so I can get rid of 1/10 of it, right? And so really what we're doing here, if I go back and I look at my, my math stuff that we've learned this whole time, and I get a strip diagram here. I know that I'm gonna get 11 and 3/4 of a yard times 18.36 of that, and I get to remove 1/10. That part's gone, but I keep the 9/10, right? So what am I going to do here, right? This is what I'm going to get rid of. This is the part I don't pay for, right? I'm not going to pay for that part. And yes, I'm using a strip diagram, and Ms. Gatsa, when she'd go over this kind of stuff, so use a strip diagram. This part I don't worry about, right? So I'm going to multiply this and then remove 1/10 of it, and that's what I'm going to pay. But I am not going to work this out like 11.73 times 18.36, get this huge number, and get that number divided by 10, and do the subtraction and so on. For me, this right here, this number is 12. And this number is 18. I'm going to round up this a little bit. All right. And I'm going to use my favorite thing in the world to use, which is the area model, to kind of get a rough estimate of what I'm going to pay. All right. That's 100. That's 80. That's 20. That's 200 right there. 16. So roughly I'm going to pay about $216, but I'm going to get a 1/10 discount. So I know already that my answer is C, because when I apply that 10th off, right, I'll probably end up in the 190s. Okay, so the way I look at this, what is 10% of 216? That's really what I'm looking for, because the 1/10 is, isn't it? Well, if I got 216 and I want to see what 10% is, it's going to be that 21.6. So I got 216 minus $21, or $21.6, or roughly 216 minus $22. And if I look at that difference, I'm in the 190s. And there it is. And notice I'm not even doing the math on this one. That's pretty close, and I'm going to keep it there. And I think if I subtract this, 6 minus 2 is 4. And then 21 minus 2, this is 21, yeah, it's going to be a 1 here. $84 or $184, right? 184. Yeah, it's no 180s, 190s. And so I know the answer has to be C. It can't be anything else. Honestly, this one is a horrible test question for 7th grade math, because this really requires a calculator. But you don't get to use a calculator, man. So, just estimate and do a lot of rounding, and you should be able to get the right answer. Notice that I make the numbers bigger, right? I went from 11 and 3/4 to 12. I went from 18 and 36 to a little smaller, so I'm pretty close. But I know that I'm not going to get 200 something. It's going to be in the 190s. And this is what I'm probably saving the actual number if I actually were to multiply it correctly. I'm estimating the heck out of this problem. Let's see what the answer is. Yeah, right there. Man, I'm good. Yeah. Don't overthink this one. Use numbers you can work with, easy numbers, and just estimate your answers, guys. And you should be okay in this test.